everyone, and welcome back to Yosemite Valley. Welcome back on this beautiful Friday. Today we are going to build the Meerkat Habitat, and today's habitat is actually rather special because this is the how to put that in words. This is the habitat I never actually thought would be used in this game. And if you guys remember when we've built this habitat first, I'm going to put the link to the top right so you guys can check out the initial build of this habitat with my thoughts in mind. Now, back in the day, I was obviously hoping for meerkats to be in this game at one day, but to be completely transparent with you guys, knowing Frontier and knowing what they've told in the past, I was really not sure if we will ever see meerkats. This has mostly to do with the restriction of size, and it seems, and this is what I want to talk about in the time-lapse today, there will be a real-time part at the end, so as always, so don't forget about that. But I really think that there has happened a little change in the time, and I'm not really sure what exactly the change was, but they always said in a very convincing way that they had a restriction when it comes to certain sizes of the animals. And to be fair, with the system in place in this game, with how traversable area works and how enrichment items work and all these kind of things, I kind of understood what they were aiming at. Simply because the smaller the animals get, the smaller the pieces need to be in the game to align with the animals, and the pieces and the the sets, the enrichment items and stuff like that, they have a certain size ratio, so to say, in which they work well and in which they don't. You can't also get too big with those pieces. So for example, these pieces wouldn't be really great for a dinosaur game, for example, simply because they would be then too small. So there is a certain ratio in which it works very, very well. And apparently the meerkats were something that I wasn't really expecting, because you can really tell this from this over here already. They are freaking tiny, and I'm still not 100% happy with their size requirement in the game, because they still need way too much space in order to their body sizes. I had someone telling me that actually in real life the meerkat habitats become smaller and bigger and bigger as well, but still they tend to look very lost in the habitats. And this finished product today will actually show you something rather interesting. And this is because it is just the bare minimum that is needed for them. So I talked about that already, but however, the one thing I want to talk about is I think the change is very promising, that Frontier managed to go to a way smaller size now with the animals, being the Fennec Fox and also the Meerkat now. And we've seen it already in previous previous DLCs now, that they have a tendency to have smaller animals now, which is great, because we surely are all still hoping for an aviary pack at some point, and birds are not always that big, Also the mesh pieces and all that kind of things. I really still hope that this is a bit of a preparation for an upcoming aviary pack. And again, just to make that really obvious, because people tend to believe I know more, and apart from the early access which we get obviously sometimes, I mean, it's not a secret, because obviously you see that when we push out the content at the time the DLC goes live. Obviously we had it beforehand, but we do not know anything prior to this. So we also just get the announcement and then we know it. So when I was putting down the forum post, or like my community wall post last week, on Monday, I had no idea about the pack. It was really like a couple of hours later that I got an email telling this, and then, the announcement followed a couple of minutes later on the forum post. So, no, I don't know much more than you guys, and neither do the other creators. We are just also trying to, count one and one together and just build the picture that we think it kind of is realistic. But yeah, I'm just still hoping that this is working out with an aviary pack. And if I need to put my money on it, I would say it's again holiday this year, alongside Jurassic World Evolution 2 release, and then maybe a couple of weeks later we see a bigger DLC, maybe even the last DLC for Planet Zoo, who knows. But this, for me personally, that makes sense, because we've seen already some leaked footage of the Pteranodons in Jurassic World Evolution 2, which do actually look a lot like being actual animated animals rather than looped animations, which is very, very promising, because as you know, Frontier always carries over certain things they learn in one game to another. And so I'm really hoping that they maybe learned this animation stuff during the course of making Jurassic World Evolution 2 and Planet Zoo equally, so that we kind of see the same system applied to this game. As we've seen, obviously they took a lot of learnings from Jurassic World Evolution's animals or dinosaurs into those in Planet Zoo. They share a kind of same system when it comes to the muscles and weight distribution to the ground and all these kind of things. So yeah, I'm still very positive with that. So again, this is very important to talk about because I'm really happy that Frontier seems to have uncovered some things that allow them to build a better system when it comes to smaller animals and stuff, which enables us to do the, habitats like these. And now, to make the perfect segue, look, there wasn't even a structure in what I was talking today. This is, mark it down your calendar. I barely have this in my video. So this was all leading to what I built right now here. So one thing I was a little bit, sad is the wrong word, I would have loved to see something like that, but since the digging as it is in the game is not really showing you the tunnel system, which to be fair is totally fine by me, to make this a real system would have required potentially another game, so I'm really happy with how it is. But the meerkats also have a rather small hitbox, which is great because then you can build a tunnel system on your own. It is still kind of big. I could potentially make it a tiny bit smaller, but I really would have loved to have them, moving there. And in the real-time part, you will see how this actually works. And I'm quite happy that it worked out. So what I did, I took the inspiration from what we built there previously as in an implied habitat, where I certainly did not need to look into the restraints of the animals themselves, wanted to make that actually usable, to give them like a little cave system in which they can go in. This is, surely nothing they have built themselves. It is something that the zoo offers. But again, for the guests, this is a brilliant opportunity to view those animals. So I'm quite happy that this worked out. And even though it looks pretty easy in here, trust me, I did a little bit of testing before I built this. So it's not like that I just went in here and built this. I did actually some testing how small you can make it. And you can see I'm really trying to get to the very edge of it by moving these pieces forth and back to really find the exact point where it works, to not to not leave too much of a space that is not really necessary, and it fortunately enough it works out and it looks kind of cool. It doesn't look awfully big, so I think it is totally fine to have it here. And you guys need to tell me obviously in the comments if you like this idea, and if so, are you going to copy it or not. So yeah, I am very happy that this is working out this way. And now we jump over into the real-time part and let's talk a bit more about this habitat and what's going on. And quick reminder, don't forget about the live stream today, where you can win actually some DLC giveaway codes. More info about that at the end of the video. So I see you after the cut. Alright, so we are actually here starting on the point where we left off in the time-lapse part, and oops, sorry, I just moved a little bit too quick here and my computer is struggling to get back. So there you can see there's some little fellow down here in there. I just put them down hoping that they will come up stairs now, so you can see that they actually use this. I also did put a sprinkler in here just to make sure that they have something to go down. You can see there is already the one using it, and I'm not sure what the other one does. Ah, look at that, it does us the favor to use it. Look, it actually works kind of nice. It does use this as a little staircase, and obviously now you're down again, okay, whatever you do, but it actually works. So this is pretty cool, and you can actually see them running in and out, and it looks really good. It could be smaller, as I said, but it just actually works good. Let me just try to see what happens if I speed up the process, if they actually do use that in a better way or not. Not really sure if that. Oh, whoa, that was too quick. I don't know if you guys caught that, but it just stormed its way up there and then just all the way went over. You know what we do? We are just going to do a little tour here first, and then we will see if they move back in there. So last episode's Fennec Fox Habitat here on the left. You can see it really, look at that. There's the fellow in the background there, coming running over here. And the changes I did to this area really spark a little bit of inspiration for the African area. Look, it just kind of looks a bit African in the back, not too crazy. It still is Yosemite. And yeah, if we go over here, yes, I changed the enrichment, the education board, and then you can see the habitat. I still like the style of the habitat. It is different, obviously, from what you would be used to seeing as like a desert-ish habitat. But again, we are in Yosemite Valley, Northern American park, and it just didn't feel right to make this like super deserty. Also because we do not really have the right sand color and stuff to make it really look like this pretty common Meerkat habitat. You see that little one over there. You can see how tiny they are. And so this is what I meant by this is looking kind of lost if you're looking into that. So it really does look lost. There's one running over there, by the way. Shall we just pause the game real quick? We just run over. We take that opportunity because we know how nifty these animals are sometimes. So we're just trying to catch that one running down. Look at that. I love that. Look at this. This is so cool. Oh, it's already downstairs. I think I have to change a few little things in here so that it really take the way down and not just, you know, beam themselves down there. So you can see now running up, running down. It just kind of works, obviously. So I'm quite happy it does work. Look at that. It does it for us now, which is pretty gorgeous, pretty good. But again, it could obviously better. Let's storm all the way back here. Look at, I mean, I just love the vista over here. Look at that with like, oh, with half dome in the back and just really sparking Yosemite vibes over here. Look at that one. There's another one moving up there. Let me just see. This one moves slower now. I'm sorry. I just want to catch one going in there in an idle way and not just running. Maybe that one does do us the favor. Where is it? Where is it? Are you not even coming? What is going on? What is going on? There's also like a heater in here, so, you know, if I really want to make them go in here, I just, you know, make it snow, and then they will actually go there and have a little sleepy sleep down there. But I think, you know, the idea is kind of cool to have this little bit of a nice area here. I do actually have to put like a vista point in here because that's like a little dead end, so they don't really go there, even though there is an education board, which I'm still a big fan of. So yeah, this is, by the way, taken from Wikipedia, so in case you're wondering what I did over here, this is just Wikipedia copy. Because I was too lazy to write something myself. So yeah, this is the outer part, and it's not like super exciting because you guys know that apparently. This is what we built, and if you're interested in the full build, again, the link is to the top right with the info boards. But now we come to the new part, and I like how it just kind of adds to it, and it looks almost like glued to it in a later way. So this could have been like a different habitat. It could have been a habitat for whatever domestic animal. I don't know. It could have been anything. And now you turn that into a meerkat habitat, and then you put this, again, as I said, later on theme on top of that in this area. The same will be applied here to this habitat, by the way. As I said, this is at the moment for the wonderful mandrills. Oh my gosh, I keep saying that, but the fur update was one of the biggest benefits actually for the mandrill. Actually, they benefited the most from it, making them look a lot more realistic with the different fur patterns and stuff. Look at the baby! Look at the little baby! Yay! So yeah, the mandrills will survive, for those of you who didn't get that info. But then again, here we have it, the very simple... Oh, look at that one. Look at the little fellow just looking at us. Hello, how you doing? How you doing, mate? See you later. Okay. So yeah, this is a very simple build, you know. It's nothing crazy, nothing spectacular, but I really think it does exactly what it should do. Could you just not run into my vista here? Thank you so much. And I think really this is the exact thing I wanted to achieve. I wanted to make sure that we have a tiny little indoor area which is themed after what would be like Africa inspired, you know, and which obviously for the hotter days is not really as important, but obviously for the cold period of the year, this is really important for those animals, because they need to have like a space to go into. Look at the boy group is running away. So yeah, again, it just is super important to have something like that for those animals to go inside. And again, since the space requirements of them are pretty hefty, yes, but they do have a lot of space now inside of this. So yeah, there's nothing I'm worried about that this wouldn't be too much space. Anyhow, so let's run back once more to see if we can catch one more animal in here. Is there anyone down here? Not really. Anyone coming? Anyone interested in visiting the little cave? Not really. Good. Let's jump out of this cam and go actually into something that I have prepared as well. Oops, where am I? This is wrong, but we can actually go into the, oh my god, the lag, into the webcam. Let's just enter the view. And there you go. And then you can see we have a webcam installed in here, and I'm a big fan of webcams in this game now. So you can actually have a look at that. There's one in the background, just coming one out of there digging. And then we have another one which is down there in our little viewing area here, and we've got a second one that is here. By the way, for those of you who don't know, and this is like a little game changer for me, I will actually do something with this. You can change the webcams easily by pressing your arrow keys to the left and right, which is kind of nice. You can just jump through them pretty easily. So that's a very, very good hint, to be honest. I like that a lot. Because it opens actually some possibilities I'm going to talk about sooner than later, I guess. But yeah, so this is it, guys. This is the new meerkat habitat in Yosemite Valley. And as you can see, it actually... it did not really grow too much, and it almost seems like it didn't grow at all because I used the space available in a good way, I guess. And we did actually cover up this little ugly point over here to make sure that the backstage looks a bit better. Honestly, I won't do too much about it. I will actually delete this trade center at some point. It was just there to, you know, shorten the amount of time from bringing animals back into these habitats. But now, as we have the animals in, we can just delete that one. And yeah, so next episode, just for you, or well, actually the live stream tonight, if you guys want to catch the live stream tonight, where I'm giving away 5 DLC codes for this wonderful DLC. But in the live stream, we will actually tackle that area over here. So this is going to be changed into the African penguin habitat, as I said, while we will keep the mandrills for this area, as I said last episode. So if you guys are interested to see how this turns into the penguin area, make sure to, you know, join tonight's live stream. And if not, I still wish you a very, very good weekend. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I talk to you in the next one. Make sure to stay safe, make sure to enjoy your time, and have a good time. Goodbye, guys.